So we're back one time. Technical difficulties, I guess. The internet land didn't like me talking a little bit about LeBron's son, but nonetheless, you are back with us, DJ High Star, yours truly, Big Cliff, in Dope Digital Studio. Got alongside my guy, Dope Digitals. We in the building now. Before we got interrupted by the internet monster, Dope Digitals, you were talking about the Paul George trade or free agency sign. And giving your perspective on him. Go ahead and finish that thought.
Yeah, that was LeBron's ghost coming to talk about his son like that.
Facts.
He on you, but no. As far as PG, I think I wouldn't call it a failed experiment. Obviously, they didn't win a ring, so in that case, I'm sure. But I never expected them to win a ring. I feel like they were just getting a bunch of different talent without putting a real team together. So in my eyes, it was exactly what I thought was going to happen happened. I think the same thing is happening with the 76ers, but and what was the second part of that, Hostar?
With the Clippers, have they gotten better, or has their roster been strengthened by this move?
Yes, I think it all's going to hinge on Kawhi. You know what I'm saying? Like, can he stay healthy? How's he feeling? Does he feel like being dominant again? Can he be dominant again? But I think it gives him the space to, I think it gives him more space.
Yeah, like between Phoenix and teams like LA is like, all right, we already established and won a big three type of thing for our organization. Now let's get a fourth, like super max. And it's like, all right, the ball can only go around so many times. And, with them having Harden and Russ as well, coming off the bench, as it may be or whatever, Russ still knows that he's going to be an infusion of energy. And that in order for him to do that, he has to have the ball. And then, of course, Kawhi is Kawhi. But it's something that I just thought about. It was like, was it too many chefs in the kitchen at that time, and they kind of, made that tough move
for sure,
knowing everything that they did to get him. And that's kind of how I'm feeling about the Mikal Bridges thing as well, with how much we gave up as far as picks and stuff like that to get him. And 2 or 3 years from now, we're going to see, did this thing work?
Yep. And I think that's a key component of it for me as well, is all of these moves are calculated. A lot of teams, we relate it to the NFL draft often, that after the draft, teams, after free agency, they feel like, oh, we made the moves. This is absolutely going to work. There's this excitement and buzz. But then you ultimately get to a point where it's like, yeah, but that didn't work. And you can tell that very quickly in a number of years now. In addition to Paul George heading to the Sixers, some folks that were used to and typically good at making a lot of great moves have seemed to begun to dismantle a dynasty, if you would.
Now, I'm sorry to cut you off, but did you get any numbers on that Paul George thing?
No, I didn't see any yet. Yeah, I was looking for it. I couldn't find any on it. Yeah.
But I think he did, like, it was a max type of vibe, of course.
Was it a sign and trade type situation?
No, he opted out, I believe.
Okay.
And then got the max, I believe, or just got his money from the Sixers. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Excellent. Now I got it. 4 years, $212 million with the Sixers. So it is the 4-year max that he could have signed as a free agent with the Philadelphia 76ers.
And what, the Clippers just didn't want to pay him?
Well, he opted out. He had a player option for that last year, and he opted out because it got to a point where he just kind of
didn't want to be there.
Exactly. And I wholeheartedly, and I think I mentioned that even throughout the season, that PG was very likely going to want to go because of all of the Kawhi stuff. Now, what's going to be interesting, and to answer the second part of your question, as far as is it addition by subtraction, if Kawhi comes back and says, all right, now I got him out the way and balls completely out, then it's almost like they win in that instance. So definitely want to check it out and see what's there from what's coming up from there.
He's playing in the Olympics too, which is funny, hilarious to me.
Oh yeah,
or signed up to play in the Olympics.
That'd be interesting. Hilarious. Welcome in. We've seen some of you guys joining in Carolina Sports Talk. It's your man Big Cliff sitting in with DJ High Star, and we have off in the shadows. My guy, we're here live at Dope Digital's studio, Upward Hoops. Make sure y'all check him out on Instagram as well. But we were alluding to it just now in the transition. Klay Thompson no longer a member of the Golden State Warriors. Now, I'm going to ask this one for you, both of you guys. We'll start with you, Dope Digital's. Scale of 1 to 10, how surprised were you to see Klay, first of all, leave and not be a member of the Splash Brothers anymore?
It hurts my heart, but a 1. I was not surprised at all. I figured this was happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thankful that, he was able to kind of stay this long, but yeah, 1.
High Star, what are your thoughts?
2. That was before he said 1, to be frank. So to be honest, but yeah, it's 2. That's my West Coast squad. So
are they still your West Coast squad at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
I developed a, you know what I'm saying, a love for the squad, but the writing was on the wall. Draymond punching Jordan Poole, that disrupted a lot of the stuff that the organization or direction that the organization was looking to go in as far as their decision making. And then it kind of started to feel like a Draymond stick up or whatnot. I'm gonna stay on this dude too, because I know this is about Klay, but he's got a lot of responsibility to bear in all of this stuff. And he gets on, the podcast and all of that stuff and try, of course, everybody's empathetic to the situation and the years that all of them have spent together. But bro, it's on you. Like the sum of all of your decisions that you've made as a player on the court is culminated to this or whatnot. Like, you know what I'm saying? You pretty much you dismantled the team yourself. Like,
and even prior to the Jordan Poole thing, if we're going to be transparent and honest about it, if he hadn't done what he had done to KD and attacked him in that way, we don't need you anyway.
Yeah.
KD would have stayed, and who was stopping that team?
Exactly. That part.
So that goes back to even that. Not to mention how many other players that we just didn't know about that him and his mouth have affected within the locker room and that chemistry. But because he's Draymond, he's the glue. It then was brushed over. But nonetheless, I wholeheartedly agree with you that, and with both of you actually. I know. Shout out to Commodore. He said it was a 9 because he's looking for love, but. I agree with Deke. Deke says their time was up.
And another thing is for Klay, like with the Paul George situation, you opt out because what your resume is. There's no kind of attachment right now to the Clippers organization. You're going to go and test the market and do what you got to do because time is ultimately against you. And you thank you. But now you done took a contract or 2 or whatnot, and you done cashed out a couple times. Klay cashed out and had to sit collecting a check for, what I'm saying, for a couple years. So it's how likely, if you're a player and you're thinking about the organization and the people that make business moves, how likely is it that they're going to bring me back with something that I got to ask for? So, he went out, in other words, found his value in what he could get right now and did his thing. What was the deal in Dallas that he got? Was it 50 mil, I want to say?
I believe so.
Somewhere around there.
While you're checking that out real quick, I want to want to put out Commodore's comment that says, whoa, but if he didn't go get KD, would he had come? Dre is their identity. There's no 5 without Dre. And I'm not knocking.
There's no rings.
And I acknowledge that because the only reason that LeBron even got the one that he did get was because Draymond got that suspension in Game 6. I'm not knocking it. I'm not negating who he was with regards to value, but on the same side of that, true. Exactly.
And KD, I think what he's referring to is Draymond being the reason that KD even came in the first place.
And I acknowledge that. Again, the value is absolutely there. And even in the style that he played in the height of his career, we got to acknowledge, 1, that he's no longer that player, and 2, he still had negative effects as well. So if we acknowledge the value that he brings, we also got a flip side
and stuff that he brought as well. And he's a scorched earth type of dude. And with he rests that on the competitor in me and how I came up playing, or this is the way that you play ball, and cool, bro. But again, when you start to look at stuff and it affects your team's success,
Yes,
and
sir.
it's squarely on your shoulders, and you're apologizing multiple times for stupid stuff. This past year was a parody, was like
one after the other,
a caricature of himself.
Exactly. Like it was like you top in the last moment, and it's unbelievable. Like when I looked the other day at the Rudy Gobert headlock chokeout thing, and it's like, what switch in your head was nobody able to like control you and be like, yo, you're stopping this dude from breathing right now. Like,
but you know what though? Here's how I feel about it. I'm gonna give you Draymond Green in the terms of HBCU. We lose, we fight. He got to a point in his career where he knew that he was no longer the same player, and so he says, my antics are going to allow me to be the star some kind of way.
I agree with that. Like maybe when he lost a step, you know, he had to kind of hold the jersey or be more aggressive, try and like lead through fear versus, you know, actual skill and athleticism. But what I wanted, like, honestly, speaking of not being Nets at the time, and he hit a three in Clay's face and was taunting him doing his little move, and Clay did the 1-2, the Kobe, like I got 4 rings, just counted it out in front of him. I think that was the beginning of the downfall for Klay Thompson. He had not been the same since that moment. And
talk trash to Devin Booker.
To Devin Booker and Mikal Bridges,
I do want to bring it back to Klay because you know, about the fit that he makes in Dallas and how that looks for their roster and stuff. But I still got to dog Draymond a little bit more, man. For real, because
I tried to get it off
right now. I can't right now. Because then he takes his platform again. It's revisionist history and stuff, and you know, that's always going to be my brother and this and that. Like, bro, it is on you, my brother. And even like Steph, he's given his, you know what I'm saying, his words of, you know, farewell and all of that stuff. Bob Myers seen the writing on the wall 2 years ago or whatever like that. And that's why he kicking it, talking with, you know, the panel on the ABC or whatever like that during the finals. Now I got a nice gig. It's not always about the money. Yeah, exactly. Like, this is what I want to do then.
I don't need this headache.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
I got a hot take, fellas.
It's hot.
Hot takes. This is just the beginning for the Golden State Warriors in an ultimate dumpster fire sale. Mr. Wardell Curry himself, before the start of the season, will be traded. Where are you saying?
Oh, wow.
To the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yo, so anyways.
No, listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Listen to what I'm saying. Yeah. In a sign and trade, he's going to renegotiate his contract, and Wardell Curry will be a Los Angeles Laker, and him and LeBron together will go and win their final championship.
It's because the Klay Thompson predictions didn't come to
fruition. He was leaving.
But you said he's going to LA with confidence.
Everybody coming to LA, but he leaving. I right. You know what I mean?
So back to Klay though, and down in Dallas. Again, we had this last. Okay, yeah, I agree.
Hold on. Before you go there, I'm gonna get the comments in. We appreciate your comments. Make sure you're dropping them, hitting us up on Facebook or YouTube. Also, make sure you're following us online at Carolina Sports Talk on all platforms. But Deke says Kerr and Bob Myers enabled Draymond's behaviors. Lakem did too. We want to go back a little bit and give a shout out to TJ, who says we've seen this before. Draymond Green is Ron Artest 2.0.
What's up,
Got to give a shout out to our Panthers reporter. that is not the one that I wanted. That was not the one. Same button. Same button, just different page. Panthers reporter E. Tyner, you know what I mean? What up, fellas? Checking in from the deep south. And then, of course, Deke also said what I just said. He said, put that one in one. Bang. He mentioned that the Warriors are reportedly looking to finalize a sign and trade deal for Buddy Hield.
Oh.
Honestly, I think Buddy's going to end up I would not be surprised if he ends up in San Antonio as well. I think that would be a good fit for him with the catch and shoot. But going to your point about the fit with Klay Thompson and the Mavericks, what are your thoughts on that?
I think we're watching the finals, the way that they went down. I think that it can't do nothing but help. I think having him, Klay's one of we remember that third quarter that he had where the stat was like he put the ball on the floor like 3 times total and scored something. So he's somebody that, of course, can catch and shoot. Then, you can trust him with the ball in his hands as well to create a shot or to slash here and there. He's, high IQ and everything like that. And this is something that Luka and Kyrie need whenever they're, penetrating to the basket and then looking for something on the wings outside of like a PJ Washington and have to trust all the time or whatever like that. So I think it's going to be good, a good boost for their roster.
You put Klay Thompson on that team that was just in the finals, that finals
a different game.
Different.
Now, let me ask you this along those lines. Is Klay Thompson really Klay Thompson right now? And I want to hear this from both of you guys.
Digital's alluded to it earlier, and it's the hard truth that he has to sit down and have with himself as well, because that's something that, again, like you have the supreme confidence in yourself and you got that belief in yourself. But all right, when you're talking money and stuff like that, it's like, all right, what can I go out there and like realistically get, or what's the value that I bring? And when you look at on paper or on film rather, it hasn't been a lot. It hasn't been the same explosiveness and burst of points and offense and stuff like that. So
and I hate to say it, but it's like, as you get older, you expect the defense to fall off, but he hasn't even been the same shooter, so is he that's what I think. Are you working hard enough, during the season and the off season? Like, we see how hard Steph is working constantly. I see Klay on the boat. My man is the captain of the sea.
He getting ready for the Olympics. I honestly, and I know we'll talk about the Olympics in just a little bit, but it absolutely makes me anticipate and excited for the Olympics that much more, because we'll have some opportunities to not only see American team, but players like Klay and how much he's got left in the tank, and just to see overall what we can kind of a preview, if you would, kind of like the Las Vegas summer leagues.
I wanted to really stay in Texas, though, while we're talking about Klay. And again, coincidentally enough, another casualty of the Golden State Warriors. Last year, they added a piece where they felt like the veteran leadership in the locker room could help. And I will be speaking about him when I talk about Clipped later. But one Chris Paul, North Carolina's very own, went down to San Antonio and actually... what was it, a 1 year, $11 million deal, I want to say, to the Spurs, so that, he was able to do that part of me.
Yeah, I'm actually pulling it up now, so you go ahead.
Okay. So
1 year, $11 million plus deal. So
you got Wemby with somebody that's going to give him the ball, feed him the ball. I think is guaranteeing Wemby 25-point average, if not more, like next year. I think it's a great complimentary piece for an old person, respectfully, like Chris Paul. Like, you ever been that older guy that plays with, some younger athletic talent?
For sure.
You just put the ball in the right place and they take care of business.
I don't want to take responsibility. I was listening to the Jeff Teague podcast earlier. They brought this up first, but is this Chris Paul deciding he's done ring chasing?
I don't know. I think, as Deke just said in the comments, CP3 is at the mentor stage in his career. I think that San Antonio has the potential to kind of be what the what's the team? Sacramento, the Kings. What they've been a young, energetic team that if they had more vocal and experienced veteran leadership, then they could have been more. And I think that he sees this as an opportunity to play for one of the greatest coaches of all times, alongside one of the phenoms in the game that's going to make his job easier. And he feels, in my mind, that he could be that missing piece to help them click quicker to be able to take the league, honestly, by surprise. You come to LA, you don't get the minutes. Your role is different, and so many other fits and stuff
Golden
like that.
State?
No, I say if you come to LA.
Oh, got you. To the Lakers or something?
Exactly. If you come to the Lakers, then your role is going to be a little bit different than what he wants. In San Antonio, he still gets to be the player that he feels like he can be and contribute in a way that allows them to still be able to be relevant and make some noise and possibly catch some people off guard in the playoffs.
I agree. I think it's multi-layered too. First of all, again, with him being ball dominant, like he's going to like their situation.
I thought he was about to say ball headed.
Yes.
No. But like the situation out there, though, right? But the situation out there, that's what their team needs offensively, is somebody that's going to make the right decisions and stuff like that. But then I say multi-layer because of who he's playing for. Of course, you got the rapport with him from playing USA basketball, but also like if you're looking for what you want to do post playing career, then he can. That's a great resume builder. In other words, like that, having that relationship with that organization and how many coaches it's produced and stuff like that, or assistant coaches and things like that. It's great to be aligned with them. In other words, right now at this point in his career.
So yes, he is done ring. He's done ring.
To answer your question, I think that he believes that they will have, a shot, and that the organization is bought in on success this year, like that they're not looking to rebuild or anything like that. Like I think the competitor in him, come on, North Carolina, what is it, Forsyth High School or something like that? But
I think he's done. I think he realized he's not getting the ring, and he's like, all right, let me just go, try and put my hands on a good young kid, get my numbers up. But I don't think, from what the Spurs have, I don't think he's thinking they're about to win, unless maybe they're going to make some moves or telling him they're going to, go for somebody else. But who else is there?
Other than Wemby, I'm not going to even lie. I don't like the Spurs enough to.
That kid with the hair.
Castle. Somebody mentioned that he'll be, a good piece to mentor him. But yeah, to Cliff's point, they're very, a super young team.
They got Trey Jones, Osman, maybe Collins, Vassell, Soccer, Wemby.
Stop it. What are we talking about?
Literally.
Chris Paul is looking at that team. He knows that, that's
they're not winning a chip.
I'm very surprised that he went there. I'm thinking his main thing right now is a ring. When I hear went to the Spurs, it's like, oh, he's done.
Yeah, no.
Put it like this: he's going to compete every night still.
Absolutely. And then he get a check too.
And he probably went with the best bag.
SGA benefited from CP3 in his lone season at Oklahoma City.
He took a step. He took his leap after CP3. And then there was a crazy graphic that I saw as far as winning percentage in the teams every team that he's gone to,
increases.
The winning percentage has increased.
Okay. So
are we done with Texas? Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm good with Texas.
Okay. Let's see.
Going to your talk about your former Nick, Mr. Burks.
Zay. Oh no, well, Alec Burks as well. Alec Burks went to the Heat, but I did want to bring up Zay. Okay. Isaiah Hartenstein going to the Oklahoma City Thunder, a team that recently had made some moves. They got Giddey out of there, but Caruso on board. Hartenstein showed, this will be a kind of a theme that you guys will see, but Hartenstein, his resume or his audition tape was more or less the postseason just now, and went out, got his money, got paid. A lot of the, you see like nowadays with social media and stuff like that, the teammates, play around and, don't talk to me ever again. Ha ha ha. Fake. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, it's corny. But anyways, so yeah, it's corny. Yeah, but you know, Josh Hart and Josh Hart, we know Josh. All right, y'all having a great time. Come back next year and hoop. Like, don't
Yo, this is crazy. The slander that you're giving this man, like
slander on who?
Hart.
No, I'm not giving him no slander. I'm saying that was corny. Like that was
he
just
balled out for y'all. Like
no, it's two different things, bro. I'm saying that was corny. Him tweeting out what he tweeted out to think it's funny, I guess, but he was like showing like, this is my man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're joking. Like, all right, okay, focus on ball, bro. It's cool. Like, I give him all the love in the world, but I'm saying we need to
hold on. Did you just tell Buddy shut up and play ball? Like,
shut up and dribble.
Shut up and dribble. Thank you.
What? That's what you're saying? What? That I'm saying?
Yeah, you literally just
about
did.
Josh Hart?
Yeah.
Because I'm telling him. No, I'm just telling him that's corny. Like, what can't we? Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Do y'all know what I'm alluding to?
Yes, the tweet. Yeah.
It was corny. That's all I'm saying. It ain't it ain't big.
Look, as
like
a
big issue.
diehard Knicks fan as I know you are, I thought you would just give him a little grace.
Little pass.
He balled out in the playoffs. You know, it's been a long time since y'all even went that deep. Pause.
Right. No, but what does that have to do with being corny and the messaging that, you know, Zay, if you say anything, like some things don't need to be said.
It was super cool. Exactly. It was super cool. I mean,
it was.
So what are we talking about?
We're giving you
get out of here. But anyways, I don't know the numbers for his contract, but he earned, you know, every penny of it. That's the business of the game. Mm-hmm. While during the postseason, when Mitchell Robinson was out, or when Mitchell Robinson was trying to come back and he was in the rotation with Hartenstein was like, I'm gonna show my value and use this as a way to get that bag. You know what I'm saying? So, and all jokes aside, with the Josh Hart stuff, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, all of them boys recognize and understand. In the locker room, I think everybody is always like, yo, you get your money. I'm gonna go. You know, you never against somebody going out there and getting their value. So
yeah, and talking about value, the Minnesota Timberwolves found some value in one Mr. Joe Ingles, signing him to a 1-year, $3.3 million. 36 years old, man. What are your thoughts on Joe Ingles to the Wolves?
I can remember playing 2K 9, 2K10
buckets
and shooting threes with him, but yeah, listen, just like a Bogdanovic, if you can keep some of these older stretch guys, very, very tall players like that can shoot from the outside, if you can keep them healthy, it's always, you know, a good asset. It was crowded in the paint for Minnesota with Cat and Rudy, and then as much driving as Anthony Edwards does. So, you know, it's a good move for them. It's a great move for Ingles to go ahead and get that, pick up a check, you know, keep a roster spot while people like Bronny is out here getting roster spots. So
listen, 9.7,
sure
4 years.
A bag. And then you just see how many, it's so tough and political and everything like that, because you see how many people are out there that play overseas in China and stuff like that. I just saw something with one of the China players. But yeah, anyways, it's a good, it's a cool move. You know,
I like Ingles. I like Ingles. He one of the dirty, you know, one of the dirty white boy. He might punch you in the face, give you a little elbow. You know, that's what I like. That's what I like in my white boys.
So, the bigger move for the Timberwolves, signing Ingles or signing PJ Dozier?
Who?
Disrespectful to the former Gamecock. Don't do it, bro. PJ Dozier most recently played
Carolina
with you already know. If I'm not mistaken, last season he was with the Kings, but he's born and bred right here. Well, down in South Carolina, right there from Columbia. Played his college ball there. Was drafted to the Nuggets. No, I lied. To the Mavs. Anyway, he's played for a bunch of teams: the Mavs, the Thunder, the Celtics, the Nuggets. So I'm assuming you're going Ingles.
Yes.
Same way.
I think you answered that question for us just now.
Hey man, y'all not gonna do PJ like that, man.
I think he played for the no. Was it the
if PJ was Gigi, then I'd be like, oh well.
But here's my thing. PJ Dozier is an amazing player. He's a 3-and-D type of wing. And bruh is going to add some defense to all of that shooting that they're going to be doing out there. So shout out. Matter of fact, I'm going to give a shout out to my dog, PJ, man. Home team. This is Carolina Sports Talk. It's your man, Big Cliff, sitting in with my guy, DJ Highstar. Lurking in the shadows, we got our guy, Dope Digitals. We're live here in Dope Digitals studio in Charlotte, North Carolina. Just before we keep going, talking a little bit more about basketball, I do want to remind you all that this weekend, Friday and Saturday, Charlotte, North Carolina is absolutely the place to be. If you're not in Charlotte, man, you might not be anywhere. Campus of Johnson C. Smith University, the High Star Hoops presents the HBCU All-Star Classic. We've got teams from all across the North and South. Just excited to be able to be a part of it. Friday night we'll open up with Clinton College taking on Denmark Tech, followed by Voorhees against Morris College. And then the highlight of the evening at 9 p.m., we will have our celebrity game. We've got NBA champions. We've got sham gods. We've got social media stars. It's just a lot of fun, man. A lot of family orientation type environment. So if you're not doing anything, again, Friday, Saturday, pull up.
Sham gods, point gods.
Hezzy gods.
I was about to say it was. Is Sham God about to?
I meant to say Hezzy God is because that's who it is. Hezzy God is actually playing out there, or is he coaching?
He'll probably end up playing, but
on there. Okay.
His team, they named the team. You know, his team Hezzy and then Team Chalmers.
Yeah, Mario Chalmers is playing. So definitely looking forward to it, man. And then, of course, on Saturday, the lineups. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure you check out High Star Hoops.
Has some ops out there.
Hold on, before we go forward,
we got some relationships in the city.
You
don't want to talk about it.
Being a Charlottean baller yourself, bro. Who you gave buckets to out there that's going to be playing in the celebrity game, man?
Oh man,
the long list, right?
It was a world ago, as a lifetime ago. So there's no need to bring up the past. The past can stay in the past. But yes, many of those people that will be at that celebrity game on Friday night at 9:00 at Johnson C. Smith did get buckets in this very same city, maybe in that very same gym. You never know.
And you was out there serving.
It has happened. But again,
stop playing with my dog.
These guys that are playing are at this point professionals. Much better.
So they wouldn't get the buckets right now, is what you're saying?
Absolutely not. I wouldn't.
At least you're a realist with it, man.
Nah.
But nonetheless, once again, the High Star Hoops presents HBCU Alumni Classic, Charlotte, North Carolina. Again, it's going down in a major way, man. I'm super excited. Shout out to Dr. Buford, man, for all the work that he's put on with this, man. We're excited. So again, check him out on Instagram, Facebook. You've seen the posts. If you haven't, where you at? What you doing, man? Come on, pull up with us. But moving on, you want to talk a little bit about
well, there's a couple other NBA players I wanted to speak about real quick. Alec Burks, somebody else that did what Isaiah Hartenstein did, showed his value in the postseason, and he ended up getting a deal down there in Miami. Got a 1-year deal, I believe, with the Heat. And then just really quickly, if we still got 50 queued up.
Certainly, let's get it.
All right, so you just want to go ahead and give some credit to some that cashed out. Donovan Mitchell, he stayed in Cleveland, stayed out there, and I'm not sure of the numbers. Okay. You see this theme going, but ended up staying out there and re-ing up with Cleveland. And then I'm not sure if did we talk about Jason Tatum last week?
No, because it happened since we recorded.
Got you. So Jason Tatum as well, I wanted to pull up.
Donovan Mitchell's contract with the Cavs is a 3-year, $150 million extension. That's
short term enough to where he'll still be able to keep getting money, Yeah,
and he's got a player option at the end.
Nice.
And the Celtics have given Jason Tatum the largest contract in NBA history for a reported 5 years, $314 million super max extension. I know Ty already dropped it. Shout out to my guy Ty Cons. I hate Boston. I do. I've repeatedly, including last week, stated that I hate Jason Tatum even more because he not only plays for Boston, but he went to Duke. But my boy got paid. So I can't even hate. Let somebody hold something for, you know what I'm saying? He's saying got it. So shout out Tatum.
Will they pay for this move in the long run, though?
Absolutely.
Okay. So as far as when it comes to building a team?
And that's my thing. LeBron said that he was willing to take, the reports are that he was willing to take less for them to bring in another high or mid-level player to go along. Tom Brady set the standard. There will never be another NFL quarterback who will get as many opportunities, let alone championships, that Tom Brady had, because he consistently took less money so that the team
reworked his.
Exactly. Year after year, he reworked his salary so that the team could have more money to spend in other places. I don't know why more people don't do it, but if you are a superstar, you know that your earning capability within a certain window is going to be amplified by winning a championship. Whether it be through the sponsorships, through commercials, through signings, you can compensate that other money. I get that. Salary, why not just go ahead and give some of it back? And I know saying give millions of dollars back is a crazy thing, but if you give that back to then extend your winning and earning capability within that, the dollars make sense to me, man. Tom Brady was, if nothing else, brilliant in the way in which he did that. Mahomes has
extended his career.
Exactly, extended his career. Mahomes has begun to do something similar with a lot of his rework. Shout out to Porsche, my dog Commodore, saying Mahomes is on that path too. They're going to make their money. Give it back in salary cap. Give it back in a flexibility so you can build a squad. What are your fellas' thoughts on that?
I agree completely. I mean, that's why I asked the question with Boston, like, because that is just mad money that they got going on. It's like, yeah, I just want 1%, 0.5% of like what actually. And Dope Digitals and myself actually did this a few weeks back, but it was fun, kind of depressing doing it at the same time. But you take your salary and put it in the words, or like word your salary as if it was a sports contract. Like put it in 5 years. You don't got to say the number on here, of course, but just say the number in your head. Compare that to the percentage of millions and millions that Cats is making, but still, yeah, be like, yeah, DJ High Star, we're gonna sign you for a 3-year, $150,000 deal. You're locked in,
right?
Can't go nowhere.
But you here? That's yours. We got it. Congrats. Now, which is wild. But if you think about it and even break it down, like I think we did it. Well, I know I was looking at it 1 year before. I remember exactly what it was when the Carolina Gamecocks, extended Steve Spurrier with his contract. And I was like, that's a lot of money for coaching, and started breaking it down by like the day, then the minute and the second. And Buddy was making something stupid like $20,000 a second with the contract that they were giving. It's like, yo, that's just crazy right there, man. What are you going to do with that amount of money in your life? Like, I understand that more money, more problems. Your bills are higher. You got a $27 million house and all that. But dog, why? Listen, it's crazy.
But to get us back to the question you brought up, Cliff, I think I disagree with both of you. I think go with the money. Like, again, I don't want to get too deep, and I've been listening to a lot of the NBA podcasts as some of the former NBA players start their own podcasts. It's a bunch of them now. They all talk about how like the I guess not throwing games necessarily, but tanking is real, like,
absolutely.
So if you're a good player that, could potentially help your team, and they're going to sit you and not let you score, not let you, get your points, potentially not let you play well enough so another team could pick you up. It's like, yeah, go get your money. Like, you never know when an organization will turn against you, will decide, whatever, they could get rid of you at any moment. So I'm with the players getting their money. I respect LeBron for choosing to, kind of take less, but at the end of the day, that makes sense for LeBron. It's only one LeBron. He could get his money wherever.
Now, I hope, and I'm glad you said that, because I'm not saying that Rick Jones, the eighth man on the bench to be like, you know what, y'all can take $100,000 out of my salary,
Right.
and go get somebody. No, I'm not saying that for them because that's how they eat. But at some point, like once you've made anything past 100 mil, bro, it's like, all right.
Yeah, you're giving 60% of that back in taxes anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. So nonetheless, we'll see what it is. But I know some people who not giving away any of their money, the women in the WNBA.
It's low blow, man.
You ain't got the answers,
do we have any emails this week as well, though, while you bring up the WNBA?
You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers,
That was messed up, man. That was... Yo,
it was a transition.
Exactly. No, that's what you're gonna. I knew that was what you was gonna put it on. Disrespectful.
I don't know. Do we have any emails?
But yeah, no. While you check though, the WNBA All-Star Weekend is coming up, and I'll be honest with y'all. It appears that I'm more interested in tuning into this than I was with the men's All-Star Weekend. Shout out to Major League. They're about to have their All-Star Weekend as well. Right now, it's about the ladies. Right, man. It's about the ladies.
This is ladies' night.
Right.
Did you tear up?
We don't got the start. We don't got the song queued up. Tear up about what?
Did you get teary-eyed
About what?
when they announced Angel
Reese?
Reese?
Yeah. No. But shout out to her. She did, of course. I did want to share that clip with you, but it was too late. But that's a good.
But I just didn't understand the caption. Mm-hmm. They were saying like, "Oh, are you tearing up? Not me. I'm not crying." Like,
okay.
Like,
yeah. I'm not crying. Yeah. Like, are you crying? I'm not crying. No, I'm not crying. Seriously, I'm not crying. Yeah.
Congrats to her.
Exactly. I'm not crying. Like, who didn't see this coming? Yeah. But no, it's great that she gets to embrace this moment and stuff like that. But yeah, no, she got selected as an all-star selection. Are you familiar with the format this year?
No.
So this is one of the reasons why I'm interested in watching this game. And I think they're brilliant for this. Kudos to the WNBA. But
I actually got that clip that you were looking for too. Okay. So we'll go ahead and share that real quick.
All right, and I'll say the format afterwards. Now, just real quick though, the WNBA, they're gonna have pretty much the snubs from the USA
all of them.
Olympic team, yeah, and they're gonna face off against them boys. So add a little context to why I might brought Angel to tears, perhaps.
Here we go. Or not.
For the series.
Sponsored.
Well, we won today. But they just told me I'm an all-star. I'm just so happy. I know the work I put in coming into this league. So many people doubted me and didn't think my game would translate, and I wouldn't be the player that I was in college, or better, or would be worse.
So here's my thought and my.
It's a bunch of I and me.
I didn't see it.
We're playing basketball.
It's different now, seeing it on TV, I guess. Go ahead, Big Cliff. You said yours.
We know that I have not been a proponent of Angel Reese. I won't say I'm not a fan, but I mean, she was a villain. She was pulling up on my Gamecocks pause, and I'm just not with it. However, the young woman has literally and visibly been putting her heart out on the court this entire season. She has always consistently played with a chip on her shoulder, but this season particularly, you can tell that she took things personally, essentially. And I want to definitely take a moment to give a shout out to her as a
10 straight double-doubles.
You see what I'm saying? And she's the rookie of the year. It's not even a conversation for me. She is the rookie of the year, and she is an all-star. One of the things that I really enjoyed seeing was her and my Fly Out Bay, if you would, when they played together. Just the mutual respect that they had amongst one another was definitely good to see. So once again, shout out to Angel Reese, man.
Yeah, shout out to Angel. Again, with what she's done, she's kind of cemented and been cementing her Rookie of the Year campaign, and really her argument to speak of her more like Magic and not Lonzo Ball. You know, it's like, let's not forget. Respect. Sorry, you had to catch that straight, Lonzo. But let's not forget what I did just now in college or whatever, or, you know, of course, South Carolina won last year, but let's not forget what I did in college and then what I'm doing right now in my rookie season. So is the eyes and the me's warranted? Want to ask both of y'all, like, where she's, you know, Carmelo was famous for saying, I want to thank myself in one of his earlier, acceptance speeches. So is the eyes and me's warranted?
Yeah, she balling. And the All-Star selection isn't a team award. It's an individual thing, recognizing her individual accolades. Now, she literally started off by saying, we won tonight. But then when they went to asking or discussing more so about the All-Star, that's a personal selection. And again, with the way that so many people thought she was an afterthought with your girl being the number one pick, and they just knew it was her. She's the face of basketball. She's the reason. No, shorty, like, nah, we play basketball as well. And so for that, and in that moment, I give her a pass. I'm like, I'm good with it. What about you?
Dope Digitals?
I mean, you never, in my opinion, I never want to hear that. Like, you want to hear somebody bring up their teammates, their trainers, their coaches, like people that helped. I didn't hear the whole thing, so maybe she did.
Brendan,
you good right there. My bad. Sorry about that, DJ.
You're fine.
But no, I want to hear about the people that helped you along the way. We get it. You're great. You know, you put the numbers up, like you said, 10 consecutive doubles. Like, she's doing her thing. But I don't know. I feel like, and maybe she has to play with that kind of chip on her shoulder, and maybe I'm just not
with the thing is, with so much coverage on Caitlin Clark, she feels like, all right, let's not keep my name out of there. So with the state of the WNBA, as far as where it's at, it's on the cusp of trending upward and all of that stuff. She's in a unique position where she has to self-market almost, and continue to, if we recall from that other week, one of her post-conference games, whenever she was kind of talking about Caitlin, she said, it's just not her or whatever like that. It's, all of us or whatever she was saying, or me too, or don't just talk about Caitlin Clark, but me too or whatever. So I think whether it's like her handlers and her agents and stuff like that, or someone back there helping her out PR-wise, that they're kind of making it intentional that, no, you continue to self-market and keep your name out there.
Okay, so you're saying it's more of a Caitlin Clark is getting more praise, even though my numbers are better. Like, is that what more of the issue is?
Absolutely.
Not even necessarily praise, but just coverage. Like,
and that's
coverage is coverage.
Okay.
They've almost, and Deke just put it in the chat, the media made her out to be a villain. And to some people, she is that. Yeah. Like how Sha'Carri is for a lot of people with track and field. They just love to hate her. So she was made to be a juxtaposition of, in some instances, what Caitlin was, oh, look at this, who we got, and boo, look at her. Even when South Carolina played LSU, she was made to be a villain. Like, and when she fouled out, like, it was a completely different game because of how dominant she is.
And again, I love her, and I'm sure I'm gonna get killed. Was she being made to be a villain, or was she embracing that role?
Absolutely embracing
and doing things to make herself the villain? Like, when she's out there playing with that attitude, which I love it. I'm not saying attitude in a bad way, but the same way as Shaq is gonna come through and dominate with no apologies, with an attitude, right? Like talking to the refs, talking to the crowd, talking trash to your opponents. If you come through playing like that, I mean, you're bigger than everybody. You're dominating. You're talking trash. Yes, they may paint you as the villain. I felt like she wanted that the way she played, and then gets in the press conference and acts surprised. Like, to me, it's just kind of weird. But I get the Caitlin Clark comparison. If she's gonna, if she feels like she's better, she puts up better numbers. She wants more press coverage. I get that.
Do you have the rosters by any chance, or if
I can pull them?
Okay, but and why you do that? Like, the thing with, she had a choice, of course, but it's like I think about how much of a choice did she have? Like, when she Tony Yayo'd or whatnot, there was no turning back, right? Like, or I'm sorry for all of our audience, John Cena, whatever. But yeah, when she did that though, it was no turning back. She kind of planted her flag in the sand on some. This is the side that I'm not even. This is the side I'm on, because she officially was coming out at the end of the game, I think, or the post game, and was saying like, "Yo, I didn't like the way that she was doing." My girls over there, South Carolina, and trying to dog them. So it's just competition and this and that. But that moment was the symbol for like when that started, when that magic bird type of vibe started for them. And then, we get one whole season of women's college basketball with them again. And let's milk this for all it's worth. And NIL, all of that type of stuff. And then now coming into the season again, it's like, I don't know what the other choice for her to be, again, to complement her style of play. She's not going to be quiet on the court. Okay. So it's like, she can't be the hero at this point to certain people regardless. Like there's certain people that are not going to see her as a hero regardless. Certain people that are LSU lifers and are going to forever, kiss the ground that she walks on and stuff like that, and worship the ground she walks on. So I don't think that it was as much of a choice for her as we kind of put it out there to be.
So quickly running through the rosters for the All-Star WNBA, we know that it is women's national team versus the All-Stars of the WNBA. Women's national team: Nafisa Collier, Kalia Copper, Chelsea Gray, Brittany Griner, Sabrina Ionescu, Jewel Lloyd, Kelsey Plum, Brianna Stewart, Diana Taurasi, Alyssa Thomas, Flyout Bay herself, and Jackie Young. Flyout Bay is
Diana Taurasi for you.
No, Asia Wilson.
Okay.
We had a show a few weeks ago where what WNBA player would we want to get flew out by? Oh, yeah.
It was at the...
Yeah. Now, the team WNBA features DeWanna Bonner, Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, Alicia Gray, Derica Hamby, Brianna Jones, Jonquel Jones, Kayla McBride, Kelsey Mitchell, Arike Ogumabwale.
She's like that.
Naneke Ubumake, and Angel Reese. That's a squad.
It's gonna be,
that's a squad.
But that's, again, I think their All-Star game is gonna be entertaining and it's gonna be chippy, so it's gonna, I think they're gonna be lit.
Exactly. Like you said, the snubs versus the dubs is what this essentially is going to come into. And I'm excited for it. Now, I got to do something real quickly. As I'm looking at this roster, first of all, it makes me feel old. They have the birth dates listed for each of the players from both teams. What do you think is the oldest person? Well, I'm pretty sure we know. Diana Taurasi, born in 1982. The youngest player on either one of the rosters. What year do you think that they were born?
2007, 2006.
Not quite that, because how old would you be if 2006?
18?
Right. And so, no.
So
2002 is the youngest player out here. And that individual, Miss Angel Reese, born May 6th, 2002.
I know what I was doing May 6th, 2002.
See what I'm saying? I felt some kind of way just scrolling through and looking at it and seeing a bunch of 90s. It's like, oh, man. Then I saw these 02s, like Caitlin Clark, born in January of 02. And then Angel,
real quickly, and myself and then Dope Digitals and stuff, we're entrenched in youth sports. You yourself as well, you'd be around the vibes as far as high school and all of that, and then these tournaments. Shout out to CL, and you hear the classes, and then you look up, like, wait, class of 26.
Start doing math. It's like,
when there was like sixth graders or something, the class of 26 sounds crazy, but then now you look up and you're like, oh man,
that's around the corner.
Yeah, like who traded their picks for like a 2031 draft? Who got traded for the 2031 draft pick? Like, that's my nephew's year.
Yeah,
exactly.
And we're gonna make you regret it.
Right.
Time is crazy, man.
So real quickly with the WNBA, then who y'all got? Let's go around. Who y'all got as far as winning the game?
I'm Olympians.
Okay.
Are they gonna lower the rim?
No.
Yeah. Why did y'all answer that serious?
Because, it's no.
It was, I guess, not a funny joke.
Not at all. But
No, we actually had a whole discussion episode about it.
And you don't listen to the show, so you would have known.
Yeah, you can hold that.
There we go.
We off the rails at this point. So who you got in it with the rims not being lowered?
Exactly. It's a family-friendly show.
Man,
Yo.
I mean, because that that you guys said it's gonna be such an entertaining. It's gonna be entertaining, like
Nah, now that's funny. Okay, now that you added that context, you just calling them sorry. That's funny, but.
Have you sat and watched any WNBA games this year?
Absolutely.
And you weren't entertained? Were you not entertained?
There were moments.
I agree.
Okay, so let me ask you this: would you rather watch WNBA basketball or high school
Or
basketball?
paint dry.
Wow.
That was a joke.
Again, that is dope digital.
That's what I'm saying. Put him on camera. Put him on camera. That's why he's being so spicy.
Black.
Yo.
That's why he's being so spicy. Exactly.
Like men's.
Thank you.
Are you saying men's high school basketball?
Exactly. Either or, bro. Just high school ball.
Literally.
Yeah. I'd rather watch men's high school basketball.
Okay.
What about women's high school basketball?
No. Give me WNBA women's over.
Rank them. Women's, high school, college.
Yo, the guy doesn't like the WNBA, man. Let's just.
I'm trying to see which level he doesn't like it at this point.
Yeah, no. I mean, I tried to watch it, like, there. And again, some of the games are very entertaining, especially like when it's coming down, like it's a close game. But other than that, I don't know. I guess it's hard for me to get into, but I'm trying to make myself watch it.
It's all right, man. It's okay.
Listen, you're making an effort. There are lots of them not even doing that.
The other day, DJ High Star was watching the game and he was like into it, like I could tell. So I'm trying to like watch it and like
are we watching?
See what he sees. That, but that's exactly what I'm thinking. Like, are we watching it? But no, and all these are jokes. All
horrible jokes. Yeah, horrible jokes.
All jokes aside, the women's game has come a very long way. It's much more entertaining than it was. I feel like, but just little things. Again, I need a dunk in there somewhere.
Halfway.
I think they had like a valleys and peaks or whatever. Like when they first came out the gate, I think it was a lot of them that was like dogs and stuff. Your Cynthia Coopers of the world, Spoons. We always talk about them, and then even Tina
Charles.
Yeah, but then it like has like a little lull talent and all of that stuff, and then you had you had Diana Taurasi being like the Nicki Minaj of WNBA, like taking home the award every year, for a couple years, and then then you had like your Skylar Diggins or the Maya Moores of the world and stuff. It's gonna come in and just kind of make noise and marketable and pretty, so we can market them and stuff like that.
When
but
Keomi McMiller gets to the WNBA,
that's when you're gonna be locked in.
I'm watching every game.
What grade is she in?
She's just starting as a freshman at Rutgers.
Class of 43.
She just graduated. Yeah.
Okay.
So who do you have though in that game though?
Olympians.
Versus. Okay. All right. Yeah, I got the Olympians as well, but I do want to see some little cattiness. I did want to, just as a point of order, real quick from last week. I just had to make these editorial corrections.
Okay.
I called Coach Mazzulla Frank Mazzulla. I don't know where I get that from. I don't know what Italian movie, Irish
Frank
movie that I got that from. But shout out to Coach Joe Mazzulla for Boston. And then also, and this is why it pays to listen back to the show. But also, I wanted to show respect to Frank Martin. The first time that I referred to him as Frank Thomas. For whatever reason, Javante versus Frank Thomas, the big hurt. So, so shout out to
Carl
Frank
Thomas.
Martin.
Right, it's emotional.
So, just had to put those different ones out there. I know we had a couple nothing to do with sports.
Yeah, I'll let you want to go first?
Yeah, mine's of course with a little accent of sports in there is just to show some love to the show Clipped on Hulu. Can I get a little round of applause, even though you're a Laker fan?
Gotta go.
Watch him be. I about to say, watch him being funny, y'all. Watch out for him. Be funny. All right. So, shout out to Ed O'Neill,
Al Bundy,
who, by the way, I really feel like Draymond is being reliving his poke high days whenever he brings up. Yeah, we're gonna bring it back to Draymond real quick, man. When he brings up this whole, I'm just saying, y'all, because he does get on my nerves with that. But back in the 7th, you wouldn't have beat the 17 Warriors. Yo, bro, it's over. It's over.
It's done.
It's over. But anyways, yeah, go ahead. What?
I've been boycotting this clip.
But listen, this is why I'm gonna show it love. But go ahead.
The pay ain't they put on my man Lawrence Fishburne.
The what? The paint?
That pay ain't. That's what it's called. Yeah. Why
that's what you had. That's why you ain't want to get on camera. See, leave Lawrence Fishburne out of this. That's why he ain't want to get on camera. Aphrodisiac, hipster, Noda, goatee that you got going on. Leave Lawrence Fishburne alone, man.
I thought this was a safe place.
Exactly, man. Why'd you start coming for Lawrence Fishburne, bro?
What did Larry ever do to you?
Yo, nah. So okay. So that's your reason you boycott. Let's bring it back though.
Why
Okay, yeah, you want us to defend them, but bring it back though to that. See. Look, the light said that we done. Yeah, exactly. It's about time. Is there a timer on that, or did that just go out?
Yeah, nah, probably. So go ahead, man. We off the rails, bro.
So you owe this man a stool and a light. Go ahead. Because go ahead. Clip, ladies and gentlemen, Hulu. It comes on weekly. All right. So say your grievance with Clip, bro. Go ahead.
Oh man, I told you what it was.
Just really Larry Fishburne, right?
I saw the trailer and what they did to my man's hairline. Like, I can't do it. What are they doing?
They try to
Did you see who's playing Chris Paul?
I saw everything. Yes. So this is, and then this is, but look, this is when the casting started. I wrote DJ Blaze radio show because I write them every week, and me and Be Easy, as we are oftentimes, we're on the same page. Like, what the heck is going on with this, right? So you got Little Murder from P Valley, that's Chris Paul. You got some weird looking dude that's Steph Curry. You got
this light is, I don't know what's going on over here.
All right. We're gonna get through this. Listen, DeAndre Jordan, of course, Blake Griffin, all of that. Yeah, bro, you ain't on camera. Come on, fix it. But you don't got to turn it back on either. Just let's salvage it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now, all of that aside, with the casting and stuff like that, I went ahead and gave it a shot for the first couple of episodes, and I just some things that you have on the TV, and you might be doing something, cleaning up, washing dishes, but then when you chill though and settle, you like, oh, I'm actually into. Oh, all right.
Is it as good as Rise of the Showtime Lakers?
No. No, seriously though, like I don't. Don't
disrespect HBO
the only
like
thing
that.
Don't disrespect who?
HBO like that.
Exactly. Like that part, but also Hulu has this Lifetime type of feel to it on certain things that they do like this, like how they did with the Mike Tyson thing.
Right.
Where you just kind of you giggle at first, but then you kind of drawn in. All right, let's see where they're going with this. Yeah. So the Bear. Shout out to Lip from what's
Shameless.
the Chicago show? Yeah, with the Bear. But yeah, so back to Clipped. The storyline's pretty good. They have Shorty V Stefiano or whatever like that, and they just kind of paint the picture of how everything was going down, how tumultuous it was.
And the graphic they have, like on my little stream TV, they got the Shorty hands with 2 basketballs in them, like she's squeezing 2 basketballs. Yeah, for the thumbnails. I'm not clicking on this. What are we doing?
Clipped.
Yeah.
And then the name is called Clip. Right. That's crazy.
The long nails.
Wild activity right there.
The Clipper colored nails just holding 2 basketballs.
I got you, bro. I got you, Dope Digitals. Cool. Dope and it's digital. Like, I got you. Hey. Got your point across with that one. But all right, so did you have nothing to do with sports?
I have nothing to do with sports. It's a real life story that happened just a couple of nights ago at a QT gas station. I see this very nice truck, SUV vibes rolling up. It's sitting on big old huge rims. I don't know if this was 30s or what. I was like, okay, good looking truck. Okay. And then out hops this older lady, like an auntie type vibe. I'm like, oh, auntie, that must be her man truck or something. So I'm not thinking anything of it. Going, pumping my gas. She's pumping hers, getting ready to get back in the car. And, you know, as I tend to do, I like to give compliments. And so I get ready to tell her, hey, nice truck. And on the back, I see a Dallas Cowboys star. And now at this point, because I already had it in my mind, I was like, I'm going to say something, but now I got to alter it just a little bit. And so I say to the lady, I was like, hey, nice truck, with the exception of that star on the back. If I can scrape that off for you, if I need. She's like, you sound like you must be a Steelers fan. And I was like, no, ma'am. Who your team? I went, I'm a Carolina Panthers fan. And auntie with the nice truck with the Dallas Cowboys star on the back went, oh.
Yeah.
And in that moment, I
The GOAT.
Yeah, listen, I had to give it to myself, pause, like on some, she really just got me at that point. She was like, y'all have a good night, baby. I said, yes, ma'am, you too.
I wouldn't try no woman driving a V8 or better.
She a truck driver or something, like she with whatever you with.
Right.
You're ready to go.
That's the perfect response, though.
Yeah, nonetheless, we getting ready to get out of here. Dope Digitals, thank you for jumping in with your boys, dog. Anything you want to holler at the people before we get out of here, man? Tell them where to find you on social media.
Not at all, man. I appreciate y'all for having me. Something funny over there, bro.
You would tell them where to find you at and all of that? No, not at all. Not at all.
No,
Don't really want to do that
camera,
at all.
Anonymous on purpose.
Really is. Have you not picked up on what I'm putting down?
Yo, I don't know what these guys are talking about. Holla at me on IG at Upper Hoops. It's your boy.
Already. Hi, Star. Anything you want to get at the people before we get out of here, bro?
Shout out to my dog DJ GQ out there. Keep doing your thing out there in the A.
Yep.
Yes, if you're in the Charlotte area, come out, kick it with us at John C. Smith Friday evening and Saturday during the day. I'll be out there, you know, and not too much on the Steelers.
I hear you, Miss Burgess. Once again, this has been another episode of Carolina Sports Talk. Thank you for tuning in on your favorite podcast app, watching live on YouTube and Facebook. Next time, tell your smart speaker, play Carolina Sports Talk. You can hit us up on the Carolina Sports Talk line at Carolina Sports Talk. What is it? Cliff at carolinasportstalk.net or on social media at Carolina Sports Talk, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, all at 843 all day, baby. We out here. Once again, Carolina Sports Talk. Thank you. We out.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What do you mean by that? You broke?
Back is broken.
What? A vertebrae?